God says, "Listen closely, my beloved soul." There are moments in life when something touches the heart so gently that it asks you to pause and pay attention. Life is full of noise, responsibilities, and constant movement, but sometimes a quiet moment appears that feels different from all the others. It is a moment that invites you to slow down, breathe deeply, and listen with your heart instead of only your mind. The message you are hearing now is not about fear or urgency. It is about remembering the love that never truly disappears. Many people carry memories of someone they loved deeply, someone whose presence once filled their life with comfort, guidance, and warmth. Even when that person is no longer physically present, the love they shared does not vanish. Love has a way of continuing beyond distance and time. It lives in memories, in the lessons they left behind, and in the quiet moments when their influence still shapes the way you think and feel. God says that the bond created through genuine love is stronger than many people realize. When someone truly cares about you, their influence remains part of your life even after many changes have taken place. You may remember certain words they once spoke, certain advice they gave you, or certain moments that still bring a sense of peace when you think about them. Those memories are not simply echoes of the past, they are reminders of the connection that helped shape who you are today. There may have been times when you felt the absence of that person strongly. Moments when you wished you could hear their voice again or ask them for guidance during an important decision. These feelings are natural because the people who leave the deepest impressions on our lives become part of our story. Their love becomes part of our understanding of the world. God says that sometimes remembering someone you love can bring both emotion and comfort at the same time. The memories may remind you of the moments you shared, the laughter, the conversations, and the lessons that still remain meaningful today. When you allow yourself to reflect on these memories with gratitude rather than sadness, you begin recognizing how much that love continues to support your life. Think about the qualities that person brought into your life. Perhaps they encouraged you when you doubted yourself. Perhaps they reminded you to stay strong during difficult moments. Maybe they simply showed you kindness in ways that helped you believe in the goodness of others. These influences do not disappear with time. They remain part of the person you have become. God says that remembering someone you love is not only about the past. It can also inspire the present and the future. The lessons they shared can still guide your decisions today. Their kindness can inspire the way you treat others. Their encouragement can remind you to keep moving forward even when life feels uncertain. Right now, this message is simply inviting you to reflect on the love that has touched your life. Love has a powerful way of reminding us what truly matters. It encourages gratitude for the moments we have experienced and hope for the moments that are still waiting ahead. Take a quiet moment to remember that person with appreciation. Allow the memory of their presence to remind you that the love they shared helped shape your journey. Even though life continues moving forward, the influence of genuine love remains part of your heart, guiding you gently as your story continues to unfold. God says, "Listen carefully again, my beloved soul, because when love touches a life deeply, it never truly disappears." Many people believe that when someone they care about is no longer physically present, the connection fades away with time. But love does not follow the same rules as distance or time. Love leaves an imprint on the heart that continues guiding a person long after moments have passed. It becomes part of the way you see the world, the way you treat others, and the way you remember what truly matters in life. Think about the person who once brought comfort and warmth into your life. The one whose presence made ordinary moments feel meaningful. Perhaps they shared wisdom with you through simple conversations. Perhaps they encouraged you during moments when you felt unsure about your direction. Even now, when you remember their words or their kindness, you may feel a quiet sense of connection that reminds you of how important that bond was. God says that memories of love are not meant to bring only sadness. They are meant to remind you of the strength and meaning that relationship brought into your life. When you remember someone with gratitude, their influence continues living within your actions and decisions. The kindness they showed you becomes kindness you share with others. The encouragement they gave you becomes the confidence that helps you move forward. There may have been moments recently when a memory of that person suddenly appeared in your mind. Perhaps it happened during a quiet evening, during a familiar place, or even during a simple thought that reminded you of something. They once said, "These moments of remembrance are natural because meaningful connections often stay with us in subtle ways." They remind us that the experiences we shared were important parts of our journey. God says that every person who enters your life and leaves a mark on your heart contributes something valuable to your growth. Some people teach us patience. Some teach us courage. Others teach us compassion and kindness. When someone you love deeply becomes part of your story, their influence continues shaping who you are long after the moment has passed. You may begin realizing that many of the values you hold today were influenced by that person. The way you care about others, the way you approach challenges, and even the way you think about life may carry traces of the lessons they shared with you. This is how love continues living in the world. It moves through the actions and decisions of the people it once touched. God says that remembering someone you love can also bring a sense of peace when you reflect on the moments you shared. Think about the conversations that made you smile, the guidance that helped you during uncertain times, and the quiet support that made you feel understood. These memories remind you that the bond you shared was real and meaningful. Sometimes people focus only on the absence they feel instead of recognizing the lasting influence that love has created. But when you shift your perspective toward gratitude, the memory becomes something comforting rather than painful. It becomes a reminder that you were fortunate enough to experience a connection that helped shape your life. God says that life continues moving forward, and your journey continues unfolding with each new experience. Yet the love you once received remains part of that journey. It becomes a quiet strength inside you, encouraging you to keep growing, learning, and sharing kindness with others. Right now, this moment is simply inviting you to reflect on that love with appreciation rather than sorrow. The person you remember played an important role in your life, and the lessons they shared are still part of your story. When you carry those lessons forward, their influence continues living through the way you live your life. So pause for a moment and remember them with gratitude. Remember the kindness they showed you, the encouragement they offered, and the warmth they brought into your life. Those memories are not only reminders of the past, they are reminders of the love that helped shape who you are today. God says, "Listen with your heart again, my beloved soul, because the love that once touched your life did not disappear with time. Many people believe that when someone leaves this world, the connection fades away slowly, but the truth is that genuine love leaves something much deeper behind. It leaves lessons, memories, and a quiet influence that continues guiding the way you see the world. The people who once cared deeply about you help shape your character, your strength, and the compassion you carry within your heart today. You may remember certain moments that still feel vivid even after many days or years have passed. Perhaps there were times when that person gave you advice during a difficult situation. Maybe they encouraged you when you doubted yourself or reminded you that you were stronger than you believed. These moments often remain clear in our memories because they carried meaning beyond ordinary conversations. They were moments when someone who cared about you offered support that helped you grow. God says that when you reflect on those memories, you begin recognizing how much influence that relationship had on your life. The encouragement they gave you may have helped you overcome obstacles you once thought were impossible. The kindness they showed you may have inspired you to treat others with the same compassion. In this way, the love they shared continues moving forward through your actions and decisions. Sometimes people focus only on the absence they feel, forgetting to notice the strength that love left behind. But when you pause and reflect, you begin realizing that the lessons you learned from that person are still guiding your choices today. The patience you practice, the kindness you offer, and the resilience you show during challenges may all carry traces of the influence they had on you. God says that remembering someone you love can also bring a quiet sense of peace when you allow gratitude to guide your thoughts. Instead of focusing only on what has changed, you begin appreciating the time you shared and the ways that connection helped shape your life. Gratitude transforms memories into reminders of the meaningful relationships that helped you grow. You may also notice that certain places, songs, or simple moments remind you of that person unexpectedly. These memories can appear during ordinary parts of your day, bringing a brief moment of reflection. When this happens, it is often a sign that the connection you shared still holds meaning in your heart. The memories remind you of the love that once filled those moments. God says that every meaningful relationship adds something valuable to your journey. The people who showed you kindness helped teach you how powerful compassion can be. The people who supported you during difficult times helped reveal the strength that exists within you. Each relationship leaves a lesson that continues guiding your life long after the moment has passed. There may have been times when you wished you could share your current experiences with that person. Perhaps you wondered what advice they would give you today or how they would react to the progress you have made. These thoughts are natural because the people who influence us deeply become part of the way we understand life. God says that even though life continues moving forward, the love you received remains part of your journey. It becomes a quiet encouragement that reminds you to keep growing and to keep showing kindness to others. The influence of that relationship continues through the way you live your life and the way you treat the people around you. When you reflect on the memories you shared, allow yourself to focus on the warmth and gratitude those moments bring. Remember the laughter, the conversations, and the guidance that helped shape your understanding of life. These memories are reminders that your journey has been touched by love, and that love continues living through the person you have become. So take another quiet moment to appreciate the connection you once shared. Recognize the ways it helped shape your strength and compassion. The love that once entered your life did not vanish, it simply became part of the story that continues guiding you as you move forward on your journey. God says, "Listen gently with your heart, my beloved soul, because love is one of the few things in life that never truly disappears." The people who once loved you deeply may no longer be physically present, yet the influence of their love continues shaping your life in ways you may not always notice. The words they spoke, the kindness they showed, and the guidance they offered became part of the person you are today. Even as time moves forward and life continues changing, the lessons they shared remain quietly within your heart. When you pause and think about the moments you shared with that person, you may begin to recognize how much those memories still matter. The conversations that once felt ordinary now appear meaningful when you look back on them. The encouragement they gave you during difficult times may still give you strength when you face new challenges. Their presence in your life may have taught you patience, compassion, and resilience without you even realizing it at the time. God says that one of the most powerful things about love is how it continues living through the actions of the people it touched. When someone shows you kindness, you often carry that kindness forward into the way you treat others. When someone encourages you to believe in yourself, that encouragement can continue guiding your confidence long after the moment has passed. In this way, the love you once received becomes something that continues spreading through the choices you make each day. There may have been moments recently when a memory of that person appeared suddenly in your thoughts. Perhaps you remembered something they once said or something they once did that made you smile. These moments of remembrance are natural because meaningful connections leave a lasting impression on the heart. They remind you that the experiences you shared were not temporary, they became part of the foundation of your life. God says that remembering someone you love can also inspire gratitude. Gratitude helps transform memories into something peaceful instead of something painful. When you focus on appreciation for the time you shared, you begin seeing those memories as gifts that help shape your journey. The moments you spent together become reminders of the love that once filled your life and the lessons that continue guiding you today. Think about the ways your life has grown since those moments. The strength you carry now may have been influenced by the encouragement that person once gave you. The patience you show during challenges may come from the lessons they helped you understand. Even the way you support others may reflect the kindness you once received from them. God says that life continues unfolding, bringing new experiences and new opportunities for growth. Yet the love that once touched your life remains part of your story. It becomes a quiet voice of encouragement reminding you to keep moving forward with hope and compassion. The values you learned from that relationship become part of the way you approach the world. Sometimes people believe that remembering someone who is no longer here will always bring sadness, but it can also bring peace when you allow gratitude to guide your thoughts. When you remember the joy and support that person brought into your life, you begin recognizing how fortunate you were to share those moments. Those memories become reminders that your life has been touched by meaningful connections. God says that the message meant for your heart today is simple. The love you once received has not vanished. It continues living through the person you have become and through the kindness you share with others. Every time you choose compassion, patience, or understanding, you are carrying forward the influence of the love that once shaped your life. So pause for a moment and remember that person with warmth in your heart. Allow gratitude to fill your thoughts as you reflect on the moments you shared. The love that once entered your life continues to guide your journey, reminding you that meaningful connections never truly fade, they simply become part of the story that continues unfolding through you. If this message touched your heart, take a moment and comment, "Love never leaves the heart." And if you want to keep receiving messages that bring peace and reflection, like this video and subscribe, so the next message meant for you reaches you at the right moment.